Right, I also have a quick look around my Tamiya collection. So what I initially planned on doing was nothing to do with this whatsoever. Initially, I've got my Thunder Dragon, which is here, using it yesterday, and I thought, you know what, these tyres are now gone basically. So I thought, okay, you know what, I'll go in the loft, find the original wheels, and I knew I had lots of various old tyres and stuff. I thought, you know what, I'll find original wheels, put them on, put on some new tyres, and then obviously I can use it again. Job done. And then when I went in there, I realised that these ones here have hexes on them, and the original wheels have this Y bit on. So I thought, okay, I've now got to go through all the Tamiya boxes to try and find these adapters, which obviously would have been somewhere in the loft. And that then got me to then filming the rest of the collection whilst trying to pull all the boxes out to find the bits. So yeah, so in a minute I'll actually go backwards a little bit and actually be up in the loft pulling out these Tamiyas plus loads more. So yeah, here we go. Let's have a look at what we've got out here now anyway. So you see there's lots of advances here, and some advances here. So these two here are definitely genuine early advances, so that's cool. And then we've got this advantage here, which is the one I'm going to use now. So I kind of feel motivated now because it's locked down, a bit bored, all that sort of stuff to use it. So what I've done is I've transferred the driver on from a box. I've replaced the receiver, which had the old school original receiver in it, for the smaller one. I'm not so bothered about having it all exactly early stuff. You know, I want the gold motor, etc. But this obviously helps me, allows me to have sort of mount all the electronics here, and potentially get rid of this NOS potentially as well, and have the driver in, so that I can detail the driver, have the black shell on it, which is here. And then obviously it will look like totally sweet, so I'll have a nice sweet looking car. So when I went up there, I then found this one here in the loft, which I've forgotten about. So this one here, I've just looked in the manual, and this one here is a 2001. Obviously it's got the spoiler there, but there's no shell of it. So I've just found out, I just got a spare Advantage shell, and it all lines up apart from the front mount here, which is different. But I mean, I'm going to use that for the moment anyway, so that's cool. And then I found this one here, and I thought this one here actually was the 2001 Advantage. Now, so when I'm comparing them now, I realised this actually here, I believe, is another Advantage, an original Advantage that someone has changed the trailing arms on. Because of course it's got the top plate, the whole top plate here, the servo mount underneath, same as this one here. Basically, it's all the same, but of course apart from the front end. So it looks like maybe they crashed it and then they replaced it or upgraded it, as it were, you know, for these Advantage 2001 spec. Whereas this one here has the fin piece on it, plus the larger lower deck. So it's kind of how they're different. I did think, shit, is it an Egress? But it's not, because of course the Egress is this style here. Because I thought all blue bits, maybe it's an Egress. Bloody hell, you know. But it's not. This is must be 2001 Advantage. I know they're really similar, but it's got, like, you know, the black shock absorbers, or black small shock absorbers on here. So obviously got the wheels and stuff on there, rather than having these black wheels here. So yeah, so that's that. Originally I sort of thought, oh shit, sugar, you know, who knows what we've got. But yeah, all looking good. So yeah, I brought these boxes here down because what I wanted to do actually is as well is just have a fiddle around. And again, you'll see all these other cars and stuff in a minute. But what I wanted to do is I thought, you know, whilst I'm doing some Tamiya stuff, I might as well have a look at this chassis here, and then just see if I can find all the bits just to rebuild this corner here. You know, put the shell on it again. You know, just build it up again, just so it's in one piece. So I found all the Thunder Dragon related bits, spare bits and pieces, and just poured them all into these boxes. So that's that. And then you've got the Terra Scorcher box. Again, throughout this video, you can excuse the camera work. I'm just filming ad hoc, you know. You'll see a Terra Scorcher in the video later on, but I brought all these bits and pieces down because a lot of these bits and bobs are all similar. And one of these is where I found the freeway adapters for the wheels that I needed. It's specifically what I went up there for. Yeah, there's lots of bits and pieces on here. So this is what I went up for. So potentially these could be the same. Certainly got the same pattern. Potentially the same there. Oh, actually, look, there's some different ones. Okay, you know what? I think these might be the ones actually, because I seem to remember that those might be the ones. So I'll see what's in the box here. There's at least two. There's at least two there. Cool. So yeah, I'll find those two then. Hopefully there's two more in there. If not, worst case scenario is I'll build up this chassis here, but I'll have to take off two off this one, you know, and then just put it back in storage on there. But the main aim is to get the wheels on this. So here they are. So yeah, got these the new tyres I've had for absolute yonks in the loft. So just unpacked those, put those on. Yeah, there's a few more there. And actually there's another chassis here. All that, another upper chassis for this one with the broken bit on. It's worth keeping and stuff. And I've had that for absolutely bloody years. So I didn't even realise that is another advantage. So yeah, I'm also now going to start to look for the bits and pieces I've got. I've got loads of other spare bits and bobs, and see if I can find enough bits to convert this one here back into this format here. So the advantage is the lad. Cool. Anyway, enjoy the video. Hope it's of some interest. Just have a little look around. And I say all these Tamiyas, I brought them when I started earning money. So as a child, I'd go for the past the model shop. I'd see the Avanti in there, plus the various other Tamiyas, and I'd see the Maruai Ninja in the window all the time, which is like my dream car that was. So wasn't able to get it, couldn't afford it as a child. Had a quick drive car, all this sort of stuff. And once I got to sort of 17, 18, started earning money, started racing, and so I started earning pocket money, I should say, from a corner shop kind of gist. Started racing Schumacher buggy and Traxxas rustlers, that sort of stuff, the local track. I was a champion off-roader for like 1 year for the Southern Model Indoor Racing Circuit at some point. Still got the trophy in the garage. And then after that, once I started to get a full-time job, that's when I started to buy the Tamiyas. So I probably stopped buying them about 5 years ago, and I was buying them, you know, one every few months kind of thing for the 10 years prior to that, I would say. Just before they sort of shot up in value kind of thing, just because I wanted to relive all the memories memories that I had, and wanted to get all the stuff I wanted, basically. The wife doesn't like them, but don't care, you know, it's what I like. So yeah, that's all good there. And last bit, I've got the Lunchboxes, which are the absolute quality. These, I absolutely love these, you know, because it's great having the four-wheel drive cars, Avantis, all that sort of stuff. But in terms of usability, these are amazing, because, you know, you just get them, they fly around, you know, they can take bumps really easy, you don't really break anything on them. Battery lasts for ages. I'm old school, so I'm still running nickel metal hydride. I'm not doing lipos, all that sort of stuff. I'm still fairly old school. But those just are epic. Around the forest, sweet. And this one here is my new truck I've had for about a year. The FTX Outback 2. Again, love that. It's four-wheel drive, waterproof, all that sort of scenario. And that's just, whilst it's slow and relatively slow, it's so much fun using that. So, you know, that's kind of like the most recent purchase I've ever made. Anyway, I'll carry on with the rest of the video, and you'll see some grainy video now of me in the loft. Cheers. Right, yep, here we now have I think it's 1975, I think it is, Sherman M40 RC tank. And also those ones we just looked at a minute ago. That's a box of the Sledgehammer. And then just pulled these out. So we've got monster beetle and another spare bag. The main place to shop in the probably late 80s and 90s. Got Celica and the 959 and the Celica. Well, both of them are running the Technigold motors, and both of those are fully running, ready to go with electronic speed controllers, because I've been using those recently. Those two. And then we've got this one I like. The Beagle. Love the look of that. And I say it's actually unmade. Comes up at me. Don't know much about this one, but this one here, I'd like this one a lot. Pretty sweet. I mean, look at that. Absolutely sweet. No idea how old it is. You know, how much it costs, what it's worth, all this sort of malarkey. But it's obviously very old, because you've got the old Futaba electronics there. It's pretty sweet. And then we've got Lunchbox, and I think inside here, again, we've got the Midnight Pumpkin that I took apart to fit in there. Let's focus the camera. Midnight Pumpkins, that basically just got worn out, so I replaced it with a new lunchbox which I had, which I bought years and years ago. These new ones, bullhead, which is cool. You've got underneath here, you've got Thunder Dragon, another one of my all-time favourite cars, as well as a box for that Suzuki motorbike, which there's a photograph of it. That works as well. The battery's like pretty much dead though. Thunder Dragon. There's bits and bobs for it. This is my main one, which I use outside, which is cool. You got bits and pieces. It's cool. And you've got a box of cars. Got a Fire Dragon. An Astute, I think. Yeah, I think that's the Astute. Missing the body shell. The Falcon, we saw the box for earlier. The Subaru Brat underneath there, and another Thunder Dragon there. Plus some very cool glasses and an old gas mask from World War I. Cool, there we are. Excellent. Yeah, so further into the loft, got the lunchbox. Is probably just a box. I'm not sure what's in there. There's a Midnight Pumpkin sort of somewhere around here. And then we've got Saint Dragon, which I really, really like. Love that, absolutely love that. It's quality. We've got Terra Scorcher, which has got a Dyno Tech motor on it, which you can just about see there. Here. Nice, really nice Thunder shot. Never used that one. So it's in sort of pretty decent, fairly decent condition. That one there is pretty clean. I'm running out of space here. Okay. So we've got, there's definitely another Cougar 2000 in there, which I've not used that particular Cougar 2000, but there's another complete unit in there of all the bits and bobs and the hat, you know, the original hats and all that sort of stuff, you know. Let's see what's in there. Okay, and here we've got something. Possibly an Advanti 2001, I think. That's interesting, because I thought I added an Advanti 2001 downstairs. So you know what, that's coming downstairs. Let's have a look at that. Yeah, okay. Oh, actually, I just saw a spoiler. Yeah, there's no body shell for that one. Okay. So that's coming downstairs. And then we've got the box there for the Sledgehammer and some other stuff around the corner. So yeah, I'll put this back now and then we'll go around the corner basically. Cool. Yeah, so here's some more. So you've got Vanquish body. So loads of sort of bits, and what I actually came up here for was actually just for these. So I wanted to finally change the wheels over on my Thunder Dragon back to the original wheels, because also I happen to have, I've got them, and I also have got a number of packets of the original tyres, and the wheels I've got on the Vanquish actually use, so on the Thunder Dragon at the moment, use a hex, you know, type of wheel, and yeah, I actually needed to find these ones here to fit basically these wheels. So that's cool. So I found those. Yeah. So these from probably from a Vanquish, I'm guessing, maybe. But they look right. So yeah, that's from. Oh look, actually that's for the Avanti. Cool, bonus. So yeah, that's that. Bring it out in a minute. We've got Vanquish, Monster Beetle, Vanquish, Madcap. This one here, not a Tamiya obviously, but it's 4-wheel drive. Totally sweet. Never used it, but really want to use it. That's cool. Lunchbox, Manta Ray, Bearhawk, Midnight Pumpkin. Oh, it's Lego. Okay, cool. At the back there, you've got. I can zoom in. Terra Scorcher, and then you've got the Beetle Sand. I forget what it's called now. Apologies. The Beetle, the Beetle one basically. At the back there. Cool. Right. Okay, that's the first bit. Let's come out of it up. Excuse this horrendous camera work, but maybe it makes it more of an interesting video. This Terra Scorcher box. Traxxas Rustler, I'm thinking that might have been. I used to race back in the old days. And you've got Thunder Dragon. Let's focus on that. Quite a nice Jaguar. More Thunder Dragons. Celica, Bullhead, Falcon, one of my favourite ones. That's literally this car was, this and the Avanti, these were the dream cars for me as a child. Absolutely. This one here was in the model shop every single day. This was in the model shop for as long as I can remember, in the window, and this was the one that I always wanted. Beautiful Predator, there you go, that's the one, Sand Scorcher. Predator, this is an absolutely sweet car. Look at that sugar, look at that. Cool, that's the first part. Then we've got Traxxas Sledgehammer, possibly. It's pretty cool. And the dual suspension. And here you've got Schumacher 2000. This was my old championship winning car. From the Southern Model Indoor Racing Circuit. So that's my winning car there. The old Tekken. Nice.